Hello guys. Welcome to my channel. If you are just joining us today, this is Think Theory 7, a channel where we explore the hidden patterns behind human behavior, the mind, and psychology. If you enjoy thoughtful, calm, and eye-opening content like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future uploads. Today, I'll be talking about why silence is powerful. The psychology of silence. Silence is something many people misunderstand. It's often seen as awkward, uncomfortable, or even weak. But in reality, silence is one of the most powerful psychological tools we use, often without realizing it. In conversations, in relationships, in moments of tension, silence shapes behavior more than words ever could. Throughout this video, we'll explore why silence makes people uncomfortable, how it shifts power in conversations, and why those who understand silence often influence others without speaking at all. So sit back, take your time, and let's begin. 1. Why silence feels uncomfortable. Silence creates uncertainty, and the human brain does not respond well to uncertainty. When a conversation suddenly stops, the mind immediately begins to search for meaning. It starts asking quiet questions. Did I say something wrong? Am I being judged? What should I say next? This reaction happens automatically. The brain is designed to look for patterns, clarity, and resolution. When there is silence, those things disappear. Words often act as a form of protection. They give us a sense of control. They distract us from our own thoughts. When words stop, people feel exposed. That exposure creates discomfort. Not because silence is dangerous, but because it removes distraction. This is why many people rush to speak. They talk to escape the feeling, not because they have something important to say. Silence forces the mind inward. It reveals thoughts we often try to avoid. In that moment, the discomfort is not caused by the silence itself, but by what the silence brings to the surface. Once you understand this, you begin to see why silence can feel so powerful. 2. Silence and power dynamics. Silence has a quiet relationship with power. In most conversations, the person who speaks the least often controls the direction of the interaction. This may seem counterintuitive, but psychologically, silence signals confidence. When someone remains calm and silent, they appear composed, grounded, and emotionally stable. The human brain associates these qualities with authority. Silence suggests that a person does not feel the need to prove themselves with words. As a result, others begin to assign meaning to the silence. They may assume intelligence. They may assume confidence. They may assume control. Meanwhile, the person speaking begins to feel pressure. When silence follows their words, they often feel compelled to explain further, clarify unnecessarily, or justify what they have already said. The balance of power quietly shifts. The speaker begins to reveal more, not because they are asked to, but because silence creates psychological tension. This is why silence is commonly used by leaders, negotiators, and experienced communicators, not to dominate, but to observe. Silence creates space for others to show their intentions, their confidence, or their insecurity. In group settings, the quiet individual often becomes the focal point. Their presence is felt, even without speaking. True power does not rush to fill silence. It is comfortable within it, and comfort with silence is often mistaken for strength. 3. Silence in negotiation and conversation. Silence becomes especially powerful in negotiation and serious conversation. After making a statement or asking a question, most people feel the urge to continue speaking. They add explanations. They soften their words. They try to guide the response. But when silence follows instead, the pressure shifts. The other person feels it. The pause creates psychological tension, not because of hostility, but because the brain wants closure. Most people are uncomfortable leaving a question unanswered. They feel compelled to respond, even when they are not fully prepared. This is where silence gains its strength. In that quiet space, people often reveal more than they intended. They explain themselves. They justify their position. They correct things that were never challenged. Silence slows the rhythm of conversation. It removes urgency and forces reflection. In everyday interactions, silence can change the entire tone. It signals that you are listening, not reacting. It shows that you are not desperate to control the outcome. Those who are comfortable with silence often appear thoughtful and composed. When they finally speak, their words feel deliberate. Silence does not interrupt conversation. It shapes it. 4. Silence and emotional control. Silence plays a powerful role in emotional control. When emotions rise, anger, frustration, disappointment, the urge to speak becomes strong. Words come quickly in emotional moments, and once spoken, they cannot be taken back. Silence interrupts this process. It creates a pause between emotion and action. That pause gives the mind time to regain balance. In moments of conflict, silence prevents escalation. It allows emotions to settle before they turn into regret. Many arguments are not caused by deep disagreement, but by reactions spoken too quickly. Silence is not avoidance. It is restraint. Choosing silence does not mean suppressing feelings. It means giving them space, without letting them control your behavior. In relationships, silence can protect connection. When used with intention, it allows reflection. It reduces emotional damage. Those who can remain silent during emotionally charged moments often appear calm and grounded. This calmness influences others. Emotions begin to mirror calm. Silence does not remove emotion. It regulates it. And regulation is strength. 5. Silence as a signal. Silence does not mean nothing is being communicated. In fact, silence often communicates more than words. In human interaction, silence acts as a signal. It can signal confidence. It can signal disapproval. It can signal reflection or boundaries. When someone responds with silence, the mind of the other person begins to interpret it. They search for meaning. They ask themselves questions. What does this silence mean? Have I crossed a line? Am I being evaluated? Because silence is open to interpretation. It carries weight. In many cultures, silence is associated with wisdom. Those who speak less are often assumed to think more. Silence can also create space for others to reveal themselves. When people feel unchallenged, they tend to speak freely. They explain. They justify. They expose intentions. Silence becomes a mirror. It reflects the other person's thoughts, their confidence, or their insecurity. This is why silence is powerful, not because it controls others directly, but because it allows truth to surface naturally. 6. Silence and self-awareness. Beyond conversations and social interaction, silence plays a powerful role in self-awareness. When external noise fades, the mind begins to turn inward. Thoughts slow down. Emotions surface. Patterns become clearer. Many people avoid silence because it removes distraction. Without noise, there is nothing to escape into. Silence forces reflection. It brings awareness to thoughts we often ignore during busy moments. This is why silence can feel uncomfortable when we are alone. But within that discomfort lies understanding. Silence strengthens focus. It sharpens observation. It allows the mind to organize itself. In moments of quiet, people often gain clarity about decisions, emotions, and direction. Silence does not give answers instantly. It creates the space where answers can appear. Those who regularly embrace silence often develop stronger self-control, better emotional awareness, and deeper insight. Silence teaches the mind to listen, not only to others, but to itself. Finally, why silence is powerful. As we come to the end of this video, it's important to remember this. Silence is not emptiness. It is presence. It is not weakness. It is awareness. In a world that constantly demands noise, those who understand silence often move with greater clarity, control, and intention. Silence shapes conversations. It regulates emotion. It reveals truth. and it strengthens self-awareness. You don't need to speak louder to be heard. Sometimes, the most powerful message is the one delivered without words. If you found this video insightful, take a moment to like it. It helps the channel grow and allows more people to discover content like this. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Think Theory 7 for more calm, thought-provoking explorations into psychology and human behavior. Turn on notifications so you're always notified when a new video is released. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, stay observant, stay thoughtful, and remember the power of silence.